PA. And you see that Fribourg roster. Definitely keep your eyes out for, well, it looks like there's no Babacar Touré in the lineup here tonight due to injury. So that means that Andre Williamson, Chad Timberlake, and Justin Roberson will really need to step up. Touré came in averaging over 17 points per game and as well as 14 rebounds. One of the premier rebounders currently in the early parts of the Basketball Champions League season. Meanwhile, for the Canaries, it's Javier Beran, the veteran, the Spanish international, comes in 12.5 points per game. Thaddeus McFadden right behind him at 12. And we can't forget about Tim Abromaitis. But we are now going to listen to these players be introduced in front of the home fans. So, obviously there's a championship pedigree in this Iberostar Tenerife roster. Four players still remaining from the championship side: Rodrigo San Miguel, Mamadou Niang, Ferran Basas, and number 21, Tim Abromaitis. So obviously, as it is in European basketball, a lot of new faces. And we have the referees here: Martins Kozlovskis from Latvia, Marek Cimicek from Poland, and Radomir Vojinovic from Montenegro. So the three referees making the flight over to the Canaries for, I don't know how much R&R they're gonna get, but this will hopefully be an intense matchup for all you basketball fans. You probably recognize the arena was the home for the FIBA Women's World Cup knockout phase, where the USA women defeated Australia just about 3 weeks ago. And obviously the Canary Islands, very proud basketball history, considering its kind of isolating location off the west coast of Africa. So for Fribourg Olympique, we'll get their starting lineups here shortly. As you see, Andre Williamson out of the Appalachian State. And a pair of brothers to look out for, Thomas Jurkovic as well as Nathan Jurkovic, 6'4" and 6'6" respectively. Number 99, Nathan Jurkovic, yet to get any action in the Basketball Champions League so far. And there's Chad Timberlake out of FDU Fairleigh Dickinson, Jeremy Jonin, the backup point guard, who will look to get some minutes. So we are again just moments away. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Group B, live action taking place. Bonn and Nanterre in the early parts of the second quarter, as well as a very close matchup between PAOK and Holon, currently 64-62. If you take a look at the starting five: Paul Gravet, Justin Roberson, Andre Williamson, Chad Timberlake, and it looks like Nathan Jurkovic will get his first piece of Basketball Champions League action here tonight, number 99, as Coach Alexis looks to bring in a couple fresh faces. Again, they are 1-1 currently in Group B. Meanwhile, for the Canary Islands, who compete obviously in the Spanish League, we're definitely probably going to see the Belgian Pierre-Antoine Gillet get some action here. He's a lethal three-point shooter, formerly of Chalon. And in the starting five will be Rodrigo San Miguel, Colton Iverson, the big man, Thaddeus McFadden in his two-point guard lineup, Tim Abromaitis, and of course the veteran Javier Beran. So Thaddeus McFadden, who currently is counted on by Coach Vidoretta to provide kind of a scoring punch in the backcourt Rodrigo San Miguel, more of a setup man, doesn't look to shoot too often. But McFadden, he's dangerous both as a penetrator as well on the outside, currently shooting 6 for 12 from the three-point line and also averaging 4 assists per game. And of course, this is a Tenerife team that has won 16 of their 20 home games in the Basketball Champions League just a little over 2 years. And only 3 teams have won more games in the competition. And that's Banvit with 17 and Monaco with 17. We'll see, I believe Banvit is stuck on 17 after losing today in Group A against Ventspils. So there's a chance for Tenerife to catch up to Banvit, and obviously Monaco, I believe they will be in action perhaps, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be tomorrow. This is a Tenerife team that's very good defensively, only conceding an average of about 63 points per game, and that's the best defensive record among teams in the BCL so far this season. Meanwhile, Fribourg does have a few advantages as well. They come in having grabbed the most offensive rebounds per game, about 16.5, and they've scored the most second chance points amongst all teams. So, good defense against tough rebounding. You see there Chad Timberlake, 34 years old, still got the baby face look. And we're just moments away now from the opening tip. So once again, good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Santiago Martin Arena. We are here in San Cristobal de la Laguna in the Canary Islands. It's a Group B matchup between the team in yellow, Tenerife, and in blue, Fribourg. First play is a nice drive. Oh, tapped off the rim there. Djurkovic doesn't finish. Colton Iverson, very aware, able to knock the ball off the rim. The handoff, here comes McFadden. Over to Beiran, inside to Iverson now. Looking to go at Williamson, kicks it back out. Shot clock under 5. McFadden, driving kick, Abramitis, little runner, short. And the rebound goes over to Jurkovic. Timberlake there, number 88 on the wing. It's Williamson, number 50. Meanwhile, Gravett, or should I say Cravet, inside to Williamson, the lefty pulls up mid-range, no good. Tip attempt with a follow by Justin Roberson, unsuccessful. And Iverson, nice little spin move to the baseline. He knocks down the first 2 points of the game over to Tenerife, and it's an early lead. The three-point shot drops. That's Paul Gravet. Gravet coming in, averaging just 3 points per game, so he matches his total on that one jump shot. Meanwhile, Tim Abramitis inside to Beiran. Has a look at the clock. Nifty in the post. Spins baseline, and the lefty finish, no good. Strong rebound, though, from Iverson. Abramitis decides to kick it back out, and Tenerife will reset. Here's McFadden now. Little crossover, kicks it out. Abramitis, corner 3, buckets. Tim Abramitis on the board, and the first three-point shot falls for Tenerife. Here's Jurkovic looking for the high-low. Williamson still looking inside. Cravet, little fadeaway. Oh, soft touch from the wing man. And we're tied up at 5. Oh, nice cross. Oh, can't really make the pass. Timberlake trying to get away. They're going to call a foul on McFadden. Seems like Timberlake wanted the intentional unsportsmanlike foul there. McFadden did go for the ball, though, so no clear path action. So we'll see how Fribourg can kind of make up for having no Torre in the lineup. Torre, the only player combining for a double-double in both of the Basketball Champions League game days so far this season. Meanwhile, Gravet looks like he's wanting to step up inside. Nice pass to Williamson. And they're going to call the N1, it looks like. Kind of a soft whistle, but the foul was called underneath. You see the nice feed there. And Williamson with that left hand able to finish through the somewhat minimal contact. Looks like the foul is going to go against Abramitis. And rattles in, so the three-point play is complete for Williamson. And he now joins Gravet in the box score. Meanwhile, a little single-double action here, San Miguel. Beran. Iverson, little pick and roll, and nice catch. Oh, it doesn't quite roll in. Rebound over to Jurkovic. Timberlake inside to Williamson, who drops his shoulder and dribbles the ball out of bounds. Good help side defense that time from Colton Iverson, forcing the turnover. So this is a Fribourg team that had an impressive run through the qualifying rounds, and also got their first big win against Opava as the whistle is blown there against Justin Roberson. So McFadden will head to the free throw line for 2 shots, looking for his first points of the night. First free throw is good for McFadden. And he goes 2 for 2. So again, Tenerife looking to get their 3rd consecutive win to start the season. They've been dominant so far, both home and away. And the ball, another turnover is Timberlake is looking to get the ball inside to Gravet. See Tenerife running good action. The weak side is open. Nice pass inside, and Iverson can't finish. Kicks it back out. Beran for 3. It's good. Another 3-point shot, this time from the opposite corner. It's Beran, and Tenerife regains the lead. Jurkovic will bounce past Williamson. Does he have the outside shot? Not this time. And battle for the rebound will lead to the possession staying down with Fribourg. We're also going to have our first substitutions of the game as Dusan Mladjan, number 7, checks in. And Dusan comes in with 12.5 points per game in just 18 minutes of play. And you can see why here. Very aggressive baseline drive. Leaves his feet. Nice crossover. Roberson step back jumper, no good. Williamson skies for the rebound, but Abro skies a little bit higher. Here's McFadden now. San Miguel, drift pass is available. Beran, a little bit too unselfish. Some good ball movement here. Abramitis for 3 yet again from the top of the key this time. And Tenerife is rewarded for some phenomenal ball movement. A couple of guys had open looks in that possession. And it finishes with Abramitis knocking down the second 3 of the game. Here's a little handoff. Jurkovic. Ooh, step back between the legs. Too strong on the jump shot, and Abramitis grabs the rebound and draws a foul as Justin Roberson picks up a loose ball foul. Going for the offensive rebound. Take another look here as Abramitis using his height advantage. Roberson stands only about 5'11". Of course, Abramitis 6'8". And we're also going to have our first timeout of the game. So after just about 5.5 minutes of play, it's the early lead for the home side, 13-8 here in San Cristobal La Laguna. We'll listen into the coaches' huddles.
I told you, no quick inside, only this and right left. Left, organize, longer. Drive, man. Longer. We fucked up, stupid. No, run it up, hey. Run it up. Run it up. 6-0 up, hey.
Only against the Latvian, hard to start. Take care now with the best.
So you see the early stats. Tenerife doing a lot of damage from beyond the arc. Already 3 for 3 from three-point land. Meanwhile, Fribourg doing more of their work inside. You see here, Abramitis gets things going with the corner 3. Meanwhile, Gravet scores the first 5 points for the Swiss champions. So we're back underway yet again. It's San Miguel, McFadden, and checking into the game for the first time. It looks like Nicholas Brusino, the Italian player, 6'7" shooting guard, number 9. Just averages about 3 points per game. See him trying to make that pass there to Abramitis. And with a bit of a zone look here. Shot clock down to 2. He's got to put it up. And Brusino too strong. Didn't hit the rim. Roberson comes away with the rebound. Here's Mladjan. Back to Roberson. Double down screens looking from Mladjan. Another set of double down screens, Jurkovic, and a third set of double down screens. Mladjan now looping around. Runner, nice play that time from Fribourg. Leads to the runner. Good execution to create space from Mladjan. San Miguel with a dangerous pass. Again, the zone 2-3, kind of a 3-2 hybrid look. And foul's going to be caught on Jurkovic. So Natan Jurkovic getting a little aggressive there with the reach. Picks up the 3rd team foul for Fribourg. And we're also going to have a couple more substitutions. So Iverson checks out, and that's Sebastian Saiz into the game for the first time. The 6'8" backup center from Spain, number 11. Usually plays about 12 minutes a game. He's giving them 8 points per game off the bench. Meanwhile, McFadden. Shot clock at 5 yet again. They go inside to Saiz, his first touch. Very aggressive, short on his jump shot. And the Swiss side comes away with the ball. Looking at Williamson again. He will put his shoulder down. Mladjan. Little reverse layup short. Here's Williamson again, and you can see why this team leads the Basketball Champions League in offensive rebounds. Very aggressive, crashing the glass, but the ball will go over to Tenerife on the jump ball call. See the 3 yellow jerseys there. Not much room for Williamson to operate. And another substitution as San Miguel will come out of the game. Meanwhile, McFadden, his 3 no good. And Ferran Basas, one of those returning players from this championship side, is back in. And Chad Timberlake leaves his feet. Dangerous pass. Numbers here for Tenerife. It's Basas, nice pass inside to Brusino. And Brusino finishes with his first 2 points of the night. 15-10, Tenerife. Here's Timberlake. Can he make up for that pass turnover? Mlayan, right at McFadden. Good contest from Saiz. Racino comes away with the ball. They've got numbers again. And Basas to pass to Abromaitis for the two-handed throwdown. Tim Abromaitis already with 8 points here in the first quarter. And that's back-to-back assists for Basas after just playing less than a minute. Timberlake now drives baseline, good help side defense. Too strong in the jump shot. McFadden over to Basas. Back to McFadden, extra pass. Brusino drives and looked like he was about to throw it down, but got fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2. So Nicolas Brusino making a positive impact. See the length from the backup shooting guard. Meanwhile, McFadden checks out of the game. We're gonna get a couple more substitutions. Number 21 and number 5 for Fribourg. Number 5, Florian Steinman, and 21, Kevin Madiamba. Both of them Swiss nationals. So the first free throw drops for Brusino. And coming into this game, bench points definitely an advantage for Tenerife. They averaged 37 points on their bench. Meanwhile, Fribourg just 21.5, as they're really relying on their starters. And of course, that's with Toure being available the first 2 games. You see him in street clothes there on the bench in black. Meanwhile, Steinman, his first look is a catch and shoot. Long 2, not a 3. Had his toe on the line. The referee signaled it a 2, so should be 19-12 there. Meanwhile, you see the spacing for Tenerife. And it's a nice pass to Saiz inside. Steinman picks up the foul. And Basas, you can see, just such a good playmaker and distributor, especially considering he's a backup point guard. You see they really stretched out the Swiss defense, and Saiz will head to the free throw line looking for his first points of the game. So the first free throw falls for Saiz. And he goes 2 for 2. So some very good shooting here in the first quarter for Tenerife. 6 for 6 from the free throw line already. Meanwhile, Steinman over to Madiamba. Here's Jeremy Jonin, who loses it. Basas with the steal. Picks up his dribble, has to make a full court pass. Wow, Brusino. And Pierre-Antoine Gillet for 3. Surprisingly unable to knock it down. And a final shot opportunity now for Fribourg. Gillet smartly commits a foul to stop the possession and let Tenerife set up their defense. So 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Jonin over to Williamson. He'll catch and shoot. 3 on in and out. And Steinman unable to get the put. Oh, they called a foul. So a chance here to put 2 more points on the board. Steinman, right place, right time, collects the offensive rebound. You'll see Williamson misses the shot here. Steinman, good hustle. And Brusino obviously got a lot of the ball, but perhaps his left hand on the body. No time on the clock, which means they're going to pull the players back, or they determine when the foul was called. So, yep, you can see 0.0 on the game clock. Meanwhile, Steinman knocks down the first free throw despite the red lights being on the backboard, which could be distracting. But Steinman goes 2 for 2. So, good finish to the quarter for Fribourg. 21-14 after 10 minutes of play. Tenerife up 7 here at home. And as the kids get a chance to take the court, we'll take a look at the stats from that first quarter. Tenerife shooting 6 for 14 overall for 21 points. Also perfect from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Fribourg struggling a little bit, just 5 of 15 from the field, only 1 of 3 from 3. They were perfect from the free throw line, also had 5 turnovers. Meanwhile, Tenerife with just 1, and that obviously contributed to a positive start for the Spanish side. So obviously here are the highlights from that first quarter of play. One of those 5 turnovers, and some good 2-man action that time between Bassas and Brusino. So Tenerife doing their best to remain at the top of Group B with a 7-point lead here at home. And to start the second quarter, we'll see a lot of the guys that finished at first. Fribourg currently just 2-1 in the Swiss Basketball League. It's another near turnover. Good deflection there from Brusino. And Jonan just trying to get out of the backcourt. Jonan, the 5'7" point guard, going up against the 5'11" Bassas. And an offensive foul's called as looks like Madiamba was trying to clear up a little bit too much space, number 21. So it was kind of off camera there near the baseline. And that's the 6th turnover of the game. Brusino inside the Saiz. Oh, nice. Oh, good footwork. Tough finish. Gillette able to get the rebound, kicks it back out to Brusino. Here's Bassas. Gillette catch and shoot 3. Too strong again, and another offensive rebound. So Gillette started 0-2 so far, has had plenty of room for that. Here's a nice pick and roll, executed to perfection by Saiz with a beautiful pass off the wing. Looks like that was Lukas Steiger, the German national. Steiger playing for the German national team at the 2017 Eurobasket. A nice feed there to Saiz. Meanwhile, Williamson goes right at the big man, draws a foul, and will head to the free throw line. Took a hard fall. I'm sure they'll wipe that right up. So, for you fans who are less familiar with Fribourg, this is a team that has had a rich history. They've won the Swiss Cup this season, 2018, as well as the Swiss League Cup. They were the Swiss SBL regular season champions and the Swiss SBL just general champion. Andre Williamson goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Again, Williamson comes in averaging almost 17 points and 7 rebounds per game. So Without the Senegalese, Touré in the lineup is counted on as Bassas misses that three. But once again, another offensive rebound, a long shot. Steiger over to Gillette, extra pass. Brusino from way outside, too strong, and this time Steinman able to come away with it. Bassas put it on the pressure. Here's Jonah. Layan thought about it. Good defense from Steiger, stays in front, forces to the fadeaway, no good. Williamson, another offensive rebound. Back out, catch and shoot three. Again, another missed shot by Layan, and wow, Steinman takes the ball away from Gillette and gets the putback. And did he flex on him? I believe so. So they cut the deficit down to 5. Nice skip pass, Gillette, the opposite corner this time, and he knocks it in. Finally, you can see the joy that brings him as we're going to see some pressure in the backcourt now from Tenerife. And Pierre-Antoine Gillette manages to hit his first three, the 4th for Tenerife here in the first half. Oh, nice little drive, but the passing just intercepted. Numbers yet again for Tenerife. Bassas over to Steiger, and they don't take advantage of the numbers. Fribourg does a good job of getting back. Oh, what a pass inside to Saiz for the dunk. Bassas to Saiz. No look off the dribble feed from Ferran Bassas, and that leads to the timeout for Fribourg. We'll take another look here. Completely froze the defense. Knew that his teammate was right there, diving to the basket off the pick and roll. Not a blue jersey in the lane. And Bassas has been very impressive here off the bench. You see the 7-4 advantage, the first double-digit lead for Iberostar Tenerife. But Bassas now with 3 assists in 6 minutes of action.
Matching up with Lajan, okay? Lajan run, we go with him.
So Coach Vidoreta drawing up the plays. You see there the game leader is Saiz off the bench already with 6 points. And this is a Tenerife team currently 5th in the Spanish Basketball League. Barcelona, Real Madrid still undefeated at the top. But Tenerife at 3-2, not too far behind. And obviously we have a number of teams. You see the game leaders for Fribourg. Another number of teams in that Spanish league, currently in the Basketball Champions League, including Estudiantes, Fuenlabrada, and of course UCAM Murcia in the past, into the Final Four last year. Meanwhile, Tenerife looking to remain one of the 9 teams still undefeated in the Basketball Champions League, just 9 out of 32, which once again is a testament to the level and the quality of the competition. You know, a lot of people are saying Umana Venezia is dominating, but when you make plays like that, who says Fribourg can't make their way up? As Cravet gets his 7th point off the nice inside post pass there. Meanwhile, Mamadou Dieng, number 7, checks into the game and gets an alley-oop jam on his first look. Mamadou Dieng, who is a champion of the Basketball Champions League, only playing about 7 minutes per game, but he does do that when he's on the floor. Provides shot blocking, rebounding, and 88% from the field in terms of his shooting. Meanwhile, the inadvertent contact between Beran and Cravet leads to the foul on the big man. You see here Beran, a little elbow to the midsection. And we'll take a look at that nice lob pass from Gillette inside to Dieng. Once again, no help side defense. And Williamson has played the entire game, I believe, so far for Fribourg. So Here he is again inside. Shot clock down to 2. They got to hoist it up. Jonan, long 3, air ball. So shot clock violation. And a little lack of depth is starting to become a bit of a problem for Coach Alexic. As Jurkovic checks back in for Jonah. Meanwhile, it's Basas, Bedan, Niang, Steiger, and Gillet on the floor for Tenerife. Basas, here's Gillet again. And again, you have to respect his three-point shots. You saw the aggressive closeout. Gillet putting the ball on the floor, which is what you want him to do defensively. But Grave has no choice but to reach and commit the foul. So Gillet will come out of the game, gets a nice little applause from the fans. The wing representing Belgium pretty well there. Also on the national team, getting run at the Eurobasket. Is one of the top shooters in the tournament. And there's a turnover here from Basas. Good deflection from Timberlake. Meanwhile, Roberson back in the game, running point guard duties. Here's Timberlake, nice feed, oh! What a block by Niang. The ball halfway down the rim. Williamson, I don't think he's ever been closer to 2 points as Niang contests right at the rim. Wow. What reaction by Niang, able to get there before Williamson could throw it down, and then possession over to Tenerife. Again, we talked about his shot blocking ability, fully on display there. And the lob, whoa! Mamadou Niang has come into this game and been an absolute dominating impact. Wow, 2 alley-oop dunks and a ferocious block for Mamadou. And his facial expressions just did not change. Meanwhile, Roberson, he sees Niang kind of creeping over, looks to get rid of it. That's the exact contribution you want to get, as Basas just throws it up anywhere close to the rim, and Niang throws it down. Such athleticism from the Senegalese international, who I'm sure was looking forward to playing against Babacar Touré, who's also from Senegal. Meanwhile, numbers here, Abro Midas throws down the one-handed hammer, and it's now a 14-point lead for Tenerife, as Abro Midas now in double figures with 10 points. So Jurkovic weaves his way into the lane, and once again, Niang rejects it. Get that out of here. Meanwhile, Abramitis takes a bump, and Williamson able to get into the passing lane. So unable to turn that once again for Roach's block as it points. Meanwhile, Timberlake inside to Williamson, and this time he finishes around Niang. Good pass, tough pass actually there from Timberlake to put an end to the run. Williamson now at 7 points. Oh, good give and go action. Abramitis, easy lefty lay-in. And Basas with yet another assist. And I do believe Abramitis has 12 points. I know it says 10 there, but got those 2 threes and 3 layups. Meanwhile, Jurkovic gets the screen from Williamson, splits the double team, and they're going to call the foul on Beran on the reach. And you see there Babacar Touré, who would love to be out here with his team, but suffered an injury over the weekend. As we see Beran, yep, left arm, no question about that foul. So Basas comes out of the game after playing a very good 10+ minutes off the bench. Roberson over to Timberlake. Shot clock under 3. Timberlake, a tough runner. Bit of an unorthodox free throw shot there, but a loss for him. So, Babacar Toure, who did play just a couple of days ago against Lugano Tigers, as we see Niang with another finish at the rim, uncontested, and it just nothing to do with the size of Tenerife right now. Williamson, pretty much the only big. Jurkovic is 6'6" and playing power forward. So Niang, who stands 6'10", of course, and Iverson at 7 feet. Meanwhile, here's Jurkovic for 3, too strong. But as I was saying about Toure, played 17 minutes against Lugano, had 12 points in those 17 minutes off the bench, but we do believe that he got hurt during that game. Meanwhile, Beiran falls over to Abramaitis, too strong with a 3. Meanwhile, Roberson now 2-on-2, goes right at Beiran, nice finish that time, and Justin Roberson cuts the deficit down to 12. So a bit of a 2-minute drill as Fribourg looks to get the deficit under 10 going into the half. Meanwhile, Tenerife calls the timeout, mainly to give their guys a break. You see +7 and +5 in the second quarter.
Hey, listen, that's your rule. Last 10 seconds.
So you see the leaders there, Cave with 7 points. Williamson does have more than 4 points. He has 7 points as well, 2 of 6 shooting. And he's played a full game already. Meanwhile, we'll take another look at the Mamadou Niang impact so far here in the first half. 2 alley-oop dunks. It's another one of those huge swats. And then just doing his job, rolling hard to the rim. So great contributions from the backup big. Meanwhile, Dusan Mladian has been quiet. Here's San Miguel, little bump. It's going to be the 3rd team foul on Fribourg. See, Williamson can't quite move his feet in time. Here's San Miguel. Over to McFadden. McFadden, who's got a nice little rest on the bench. San Miguel gets into the lane. Niang again. Left hand, why not? He's been perfect so far. Keeps that perfection going. Give him 8 points on 4 of 4 shooting. Oh, nice feed inside. Timberlake through contact, able to finish with a double clutch. And Steiger draws a foul. Steiger, who formerly was playing for Bros Bamberg. First season here in Spain. So 39.6 seconds left here in the first half. Tenerife with a 12-point advantage. Meanwhile, McFadden will take the ball out of bounds. You see Coach Alexic making a couple substitutions. They are staying in a zone defensive look here. which means Steiger will be open for three. Knocks it in. Great screen set there against the zone to create the room for Steiger. Meanwhile, McFadden putting a lot of pressure in the backcourt on Timberlake. And they look to post him up. Gavet, little Euro step, and it's swatted again by Yang. He is everywhere. Meanwhile, Williamson able to get the putback. And we're gonna have a timeout, another timeout at Tenerife with 10 seconds left. I mean, Mamadou Niang, what else can you do? Just swatting left-handed blocks. He's everywhere. Almost got the putback there from Williamson. And meanwhile, Tenerife will look to draw up one more play. Let's listen in.
Hacer posible Ferran Otad, with ball Ferran Otad, ¿ok? Rodri más acabando aquí, a ver, acabando aquí. Tenemos salida box y juego como si fuera pantalón, hombre a hombre, zona, juego pantalón para dividir Ferran Otad, juego pantalón para dividir Ferran Otad y buscar a Tim on the penetration and offense rebound, pero si ellos tienen dudas, Tim, bam, el pop.
So we'll see if Thaddeus McFadden has been paying attention to Spanish class as Coach Iberostar gives the instructions for the final play. We know they're looking for Tim Abramitis. Meanwhile, Fribourg will be looking to prevent any open looks. 10 seconds is plenty of time to get a good shot here if you're Tenerife. The lead is 13 at the moment. Possibly can extend that to 15 or 16. So let's pay attention to the execution. It's going to be McFadden in the high screen. Extra pass is deflected out of bounds. So 3.2 seconds left. Basas was looking for Steiger in the corner. Basas will take the ball out. Gets it into McFadden. Catch and shoot, turnaround, fadeaway, too strong. And Steinman's desperation heave would not have counted. So at the end of the first half, Tenerife up 13 here at home, 43-30 over the team from Switzerland, Fribourg. We've had it's been a very entertaining game. A lot of highlights so far, especially courtesy of Mamadou Niang, the big man with 3 blocks and 8 points off the bench. So we'll take a look at some of the stats here of the first half. Tenerife doing a great job shooting 16 of 30 overall, 5 of 13 from 3. Meanwhile, Fribourg 12 of 30, so both teams taking 30 shots. Fribourg just shooting about 40% from the field, only 1 of 7 for 3, which has been tough. No free throws in that quarter for Tenerife. And you see the rebounding numbers quite even, but the difference, 15 assists, great ball movement from the Spanish side, and also 7 turnovers for Fribourg at the moment. Abramitis leading the way, still have 10 points. We'll see if they adjust that at the half. And Basas with those 2 steals and only 2 blocks looking from Yang. I wonder if that one missed dunk by Williamson wasn't counted as a block. Williamson does have 9 points to lead the way for Fribourg. So we'll check out some of the highlights of the first 20 minutes. Make sure you don't tune out. Don't go too far. Second half action will be coming here shortly. It's been, again, very exciting game here in Group B. A group that features 2 of the best 32 teams, including Venezia and this Tenerife side, who Tenerife really pretty much mastered the ability to play midweek and then on the weekend. They do commit a lot of energy, obviously, to the Basketball Champions League, which is very, very fortunate for us basketball fans here watching. And again, if you take a look at the highlights, we'll talk about a few more stats as Tenerife with the 8-4 advantage on the fast break points. Also 24 points off the bench for Tenerife. Meanwhile, just 8 for Fribourg. And that's a couple of lead changes, 4 lead changes to be exact. But it has been a pretty dominant performance for Tenerife as they led for 16 of the first 20 minutes in that first half. And that was probably, well, it's hard to say what the play of the half was, but that no-look feed from Bassas to Saiz definitely ranks up there in the top 5. Pierre-Antoine Gillet liked it so much that he threw a lob himself to Mamadou Niang. So a number of dunks in the first half, including that one once again from Niang. Again, no expression on his face, just a very casual finisher. Meanwhile, Abramitis, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish alum, coming in with 2 dunks in that first half. So we'll be back shortly for the second half. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, basketball fans. We are in the Santiago Martina Arena in San Cristobal de la Laguna and the Canary Islands on the island of Tenerife. You see Colton Iverson throwing down in the layup lines. It's been a good half of basketball. If you are a Tenerife fan, the Spanish team currently up 43-30 over Fribourg Olympique. Fribourg, however you want to call it, they are a Swiss team. Have had a successful run in Switzerland. Currently 1-1 in the Basketball Champions League with their lone victory coming against Opava last week, 97-79. Meanwhile, they lost 93-69 to Unet Holon. Meanwhile, Tenerife once again showing their dominance here at home. They are 2-0, beating Nanterre 92 by 17 points, and also beating Telecom Baskets Bonn by 19. So these double-digit leads are nothing new to Tenerife, and we'll see if they're able to either maintain that lead and maybe add to it, or if Fribourg Olympique has a comeback in them in the second half. At the moment, Tenerife led in scoring by Tim Abramitis with 12 points, as I did indicate, on 5 of 7 shooting. The player out of Connecticut, grew up in Connecticut. His older brother, Jason Abramitis, former Yale Bulldog, captain of the Yale Bulldogs. And Tim Abramitis had a successful career at Notre Dame, playing 4 years there to be fighting Irish in the heyday of the Big East before they made over to the ACC. Meanwhile, he's been really getting help off the bench. Mamadou Niang with 8 points, Sebastian Saiz with 6, Pierre-Antoine Gillet hit a 3, Brusino with 4 points, and Steiger with 3 himself. Meanwhile, Bassas had the 6 assists off the bench. So that is the ultimate production you can expect from your non-starters. Meanwhile, for Coach Alexis and Fribourg, they're led in scoring by Andre Williamson with 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting, to go along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. So Williamson doing a little bit of everything. Meanwhile, Paul Gravet, 7 points on 3 of 5. And Chad Timberlake, just 4 points and 2 of 3. Steinman off the bench with 6 points. So they've gotten some decent shooting. Dusan Mladian, who averages 12 points per game off the bench, just 1 of 5. And of course, Justin Roberson, number 32, who's playing a lot of point guard at the moment. He's only shooting 1 of 4 so far, 2 points. So we'll see if he can get it going. The player who played his college ball at University of Louisiana Monroe before coming over to Europe. Also played for Fribourg a couple of years ago before returning back this season. Meanwhile, it's Williamson, drives, kind of unorthodox finish, can't drop for him. And now the first possession of the second half of Tenerife. And Brusino is in the starting lineup, replacing Thaddeus McFadden. And a first nice pass and cut. Abramitis inside to Brusino. And Tenerife, just like they did in that first quarter, get the first 2 points of the second half. Also, Steiger in the starting lineup, replacing Javier Beran. So a couple of changes, as well as Bassas. So wholesale changes for Tenerife in the second half, as Williamson again cannot connect. Brusino comes away with the rebound. So San Miguel, Beran, and last starter coming off the bench now is Abramitis, catch and shoot, corner 3. Why not? He's hitting everything tonight. Abro from the left corner 3, and the lead quickly balloons up to 18. And it's a steal now. Bassas looking for his teammates, hits the trailer, and Abro throws it down. And it's going to lead to an early timeout after just 90 seconds or so. A quick 7-0 run as Basas gets the steal and his 7th assist of the night. Meanwhile, Abramitis adds to his scoring total, giving him 17 points on the game on just 7 of 9 shooting. And we're gonna have a look here at Coach Vidoreta's timeout. Or should I say his huddle? It's a Fribourg timeout. So it sounds like Tenerife might go to a 2-1-2 press. Not going to take their foot off the pedal. And you see the assist numbers, 18 assists and just 3 turnovers at the moment for Tenerife. Meanwhile, Fribourg with 7 assists and 8 turnovers. So that ratio obviously in favor of Tenerife. Meanwhile, we'll see if the press can disrupt Fribourg here. They get the ball in the middle, and Jurkovic, kind of a dangerous play, puts the ball on the floor. Meanwhile, they'll go back to a man-to-man defense now. Abramitis on Timberlake, good contest. Timberlake can't finish. Iverson the rebound. Here comes Basas, looking to get the ball ahead. Slight defection, ends up at Brusino. Nice pass, but Tenerife are going to reset. They've got a 20-point lead, obviously having to use as much clock as possible. And speaking of clock, shot clock will reset at 14 after that kickball. Here's Steiger. High-low, deflected. Abramitis on the other side. He's on fire. Tim Abramitis, 20 points. And we're just starting the second half. That's his 4th three-pointer of the game. Fribourg just with 1 3 here so far. Meanwhile, the high-low pass, Roberson, nice feed. And it's going to be an and-one opportunity as Williamson, in kind of a role reversal, feeds the point guard inside on the block, and he finishes through contact over Basas. So he completes the 3-point play at the free throw line. Still a 20-point lead for Tenerife. Steiger over to Basas. He skips it over. Brusino, wide open 3. In and out. Iverson, though, gets the rebound, and they'll reset once again. Here's Iverson on the block now. Has the height advantage. Spin move to the baseline. Can't finish the turnaround jumper. You see the field goal numbers. Tenerife doing a great job, 56% overall. Meanwhile, here's Timberlake, little push off, no foul called. Williamson leaves his feet. Here's Jurkovic, and he banks it off the glass. Finally, Nathan Jurkovic able to get his first points of the Basketball Champions League season. Basas takes a 3. Usually not aggressive with his shot. That's, I believe, his first attempt from the field. Jurkovic inside the Timberlake, looking to go at Steiger, and they're going to call kind of the forearm on the hip. So Steiger picks up the foul. Take another look here. You see him kind of using that forearm to create a little movement. Steiger surprised, pick up his first foul. Here's Jurkovic again. A little step back, and it's 2 for 2 in the second half, at least for Jurkovic, who maybe can get things going. Meanwhile, Steiger gets a high screen from Iverson. Brusino. And a nice defensive play from Jurkovic leads to the Transition opportunity. Oh, nice catch from Roberson, and he finishes at the rim. So 6 quick points for Fribourg to respond to that 20-point deficit, the 20-point hole they were in for a little while. You see the good hustle there from Williamson. Jurkovic pushes the tempo, and I don't know if he meant to squeeze that pass in, but that is a perfectly delivered ball from Jurkovic to Roberson. So Coach Alexic.
Good job. See the difference. That's good. Like 3 minutes.
Listen, we run now. Zone press. Like run and jump. Don't be open. Go back 3-2. But, hey, first, Jurko.
So you see again the scoring numbers really even there for Fribourg. 7, 9, and 6. Meanwhile, for Tenerife, Abramitis leads the way with 20 points. Iverson 6 rebounds, and Bassas 7 assists. So the third quarter getting off to a electrifying start. As you see Abramitis staying in the game, providing a reliable scoring punch here for many years in Tenerife. And a nice little pocket pass from Bassas to Iverson. And Iverson gets his second field goal. Meanwhile, we still see the press here in the backcourt by Tenerife. People able to break it. Timberlake, Jurkovic. Jurkovic, little handle. Tough shot. Iverson the rebound. And it's another three-point shot. This time, Lukas Steiger. Meanwhile, Timberlake, nice pass inside, and Williamson finishes. You can see the Tenerife players looking at each other, wondering what the help side defense was. Still a 17-point lead. And Brusino once again wide open. Another three-pointer. Oh, a long two. Shows on the line. But Tenerife getting pretty much any shot they want here in the second half. Here's Timberlake. Over to Roberson. He'll take a three. Unable to respond, and the ball sails over the backboard out of bounds. And that's going to lead to a couple of substitutions here. As Iberostar comes out, it's a nice little hand from the fans. That's going to bring Gillet in the game, as well as Dusan Ljavian. And San Miguel running the show now as a backup point guard in the second half. Looking to turn the corner, draws another foul on Andre Williamson, which will be his second. Both fouls very similar, trying to prevent the penetration from a quicker guard. Steiger, high screen from Iverson. And San Miguel, shot clock at 3. He's got to put it up. Roberson all over him. And rebound ends up in Williamson's hands. Oh, what a strip. And a pass and a Brusino with the dunk. What a turn of events right there, as a good defensive possession from Fribourg. And we see the behind the back pass from Iverson. How many 7-footers are delivering assists like that? Very good reaction. So the lead is now 21. It's highest of the game. Meanwhile, Roberson can hit the long three. Numbers yet again. It's Gillet. Uncontested two-handed dunk. And once again, the defensive intensity severely lacking here for the Swiss side in the third quarter. It's now a 23-point lead. Tenerife already with 21 points, and most of those points coming quite easily. But Roberson still in attack mode, draws a foul, and he'll head to the free throw line. So at the moment, Tenerife shooting 58% from the field, including 8 of 18 from 3. And remember, they were 6 for 6 from the free throw line in the first quarter and haven't gone back to the free throw line since. So I'm not so sure it's a case of Fribourg playing excellent defense without fouling, or just not really challenging shots. But Roberson knocks down that free throw. And obviously, Fribourg will probably look to get the deficit down to a manageable maybe 15 by the end of this third quarter. It's currently at 21. And the problem for for Fribourg is now some of the initial starters in the game, including Thaddeus McFadden, who makes the extra pass. Gillette back to McFadden. Another extra pass, and Saiz can't finish the reverse layup, but they call a foul. It's going to be 2 shots here for Saiz. See the Polish referee talking to Roberson, who couldn't quite get away with that two-handed push, and Saiz is back. And the big man keeps Tenerife perfect from the free throw line. Saiz goes 2 for 2. We'll get a couple more substitutions. Williamson, who has played 27 minutes, will get a break. His first rest of the game, I believe. Meanwhile, Jonin will run the point guard duties. We've got Steinman in the backcourt. Here's Madiamba. And Mladian, again, another contested shot. Tenerife knows that he's going to be aggressive on offense. Meanwhile, Steinman with a nice steal, read San Miguel's eyes, and goes right at the guard. They're going to call a late whistle, blocking foul on San Miguel. So, again, a chance for Fribourg to head back to the free throw line. Steinman, who has given them a nice boost off the bench. Already 6 points into 7 minutes on 2 of 2 shooting, including 2 for 2 free throws. Meanwhile, Brusino checks out, and here's Javier Beran. So again, those 3 guys who initially started the game, McFadden, San Miguel, and Beran, all coming off the bench here in the third quarter and probably into the fourth. Interesting tactic from Coach Vidoretta. It's definitely paid off, as the lead is now still 21. Still zone defense as Gillet stops at the top of the key, and an uncontested long 2 for him. He's now got 7 points. You see the 2-point shooting percentages, very efficient for Tenerife, less so for Fribourg. Oh, good crossover dribble. Steinman spins into the middle. Good contest from San Miguel. They're looking to run. San Miguel able to get by the defender. The trailing Gillette thought about the 3. They're happy to use more clock, and it's another foul. 3rd team foul on Fribourg, so still no bonus for Tenerife. So 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Jonan commits the fourth team foul. So the next one will result in free throws. Not sure that's the kind of giveaway foul you want to commit there, but here's McFadden, a little crossover. Saiz has to put it up, right on, gets stripped by Madiamba. And now a chance for Fribourg to perhaps get this lead down, or the deficit down to 20 with a three. Jonan dribbles the clock all the way down, and Layan with no real room turns the corner. The tip, no good for Madiamba. Here's McFadden, half court heave. Woo. Very close. Almost connected on the half court shot. Brings a smile to McFadden's face. He thought it was going in. And at the end of three quarters, it is now 68-45 in favor of Tenerife. A 23-point advantage with just 10 minutes to go here in this Group B matchup. So we see the stats again. Tenerife, phenomenal shooting all three areas. They've taken advantage of the rebounding. The assist numbers are considerably an advantage in the favor of Tenerife. And they're also doing a tremendous job taking care of the ball. So Abramitis, we'll see if he's done for the night with those 20 points, or if he comes back into the game. I'm sure Fribourg has at least one more run in them. These next 5 minutes of the fourth quarter are going to be crucial for Fribourg to get a, just, sniff a chance of winning this game. But Tenerife is showing once again why they were the inaugural Basketball Champions League champions. So that third quarter, you see now a number of those plays, especially in the first couple of minutes, it seemed like everything was going Tenerife's way. So please remember that Basketball Champions League action will be going every week until the end of November. Then there will be a 2-week break before 2 more game days on the 12th, the 11th and 12th of December, and the 18th and 19th of December, as the fourth quarter is now underway with San Miguel. And wow, what a way to start the quarter, and that's just gonna drive a coach absolutely nuts. Alexius with no choice but to take a seat, as nobody even recognizes the ball handler had a clear path to the basket. And it's an easy 2 with San Miguel's first points of the night. Meanwhile, Jonan looking to respond. Nice drive and reverse layups for Jérémy Jonan with his first points of the night. So a good response from the point guard there after giving up an easy layup on the other end. You see San Miguel, just a little bit of contact. And things don't get easier for Fribourg, who will head back home next week and host Telecom Baskets Bonn. Meanwhile, for Tenerife, they will be on the road in what can really be called the matchup of the first round, as they face off against Humana Real Venezia. So make sure you tune in that game next Wednesday on Halloween. It's Tenerife against Venezia. Of course, make sure you can watch that on livebasketball.tv. Meanwhile, here in the Canary Islands, it's Beiran. He misses a 3. Gillette, another rebound. And why not take a second stab at it? And he knocks down the 3. second chance opportunities, and Javier Beran with his second field goal. Gillet with the assist. Another crossover dribble. Jonat, nice kick out to Gravet for three, and he knocks it in. So back-to-back three-point possessions for Fribourg. But it's down here on the defensive end, and they really need to put things together to get a stop. No basket is waved off as they call the foul off the ball against Fribourg. You saw Saiz get knocked down, and it seemed like he just slipped. So Mlayan picks up his second personal foul. Coach Figuereta not amused. His team is up 22 points though. Fribourg still in the zone. Gillet gets bumped now by Williamson. So two fouls on the same possession. Gillet will check out of the game. And once again, another foul on Williamson where kind of struggling to move his feet. So they're in a 2-3 defensive look on the inbound. Abramitis heads right to the free throw line. Good offense. San Miguel for three. That's no good. And it seems like every miss leads to an offensive rebound for Tenerife. And Beran can't knock down that three either. Ball, wow, Steinman just throws it way out of bounds. And it's another turnover for Fribourg. Meanwhile, with 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, 22-point lead as you see Steinman, who was looking for Gravet in the corner. Meanwhile, Tenerife will just run their zone offense. McFadden, he'll take the long three, no good. And another offensive rebound. San Miguel. Oh, got a little bit too cute with it, looking for the behind-the-back pass to the corner shooter. And the ball sails out of bounds. So, hopefully play doesn't get too sloppy here in the final minutes. Tenerife has put in a dominant performance so far, although Fribourg with a 6-5 advantage in the fourth quarter as it stands. Here's Roberson, nice feed inside. And Abramitis contested at the rim. And I believe the foul will be called on Tim Abramitis. So that foul should maybe surprise a few of the Tenerife players as Abramitis will come out of the game. Meanwhile, Bassas back in. Oh, never mind, that's San Miguel who comes out. And Mamadou Niang, the star of that first half, re-enters the fray as well. So 2 for 2 for Williamson, who has been perfect from the line. 4-10 shooting from the field. Also has 7 rebounds and 4 assists, though he has committed 4 turnovers. Here's McFadden looking to get going again. He can't hit another 3. McFadden, the one player who is still unable to hit a field goal in this game, 0 of 4 so far. What another block by Mamadou Niang as he shows you the wingspan, his length at the rim. That is what we call a rim protector. Williamson unable to get the shot off over Niang, who slaps it away. And once again, you got to love the fact that he just doesn't get excited about his own play. Just takes care of business. Meanwhile, Timberlake has been quiet in the second half. As Abramitis will be called for the foul on the post-entry feed. Here's Carvet, spins into Niang, and Williamson this time able to finish strong at the rim. So give him 15 points now. Meanwhile, Abramitis inside to Niang, can't quite catch it. The ball comes back out to Basas. Shot clock at 3. Bayron, the lob to Niang once again. 3 alley-oops on the night for Niang. And he hasn't played many minutes, but within that limited action, 10 points, 3 or 4 blocks, perfect from the field. What more can you ask for? Meanwhile, Abramitis skies up for the rebound. And it's another assist as well for this Tenerife side. That's 27, which has to get close to a record. The ball movement, phenomenal for this team. Meanwhile, McFadden over to Bayron. He can't finish. Numbers, if they choose to exploit it. Fribourg skips it over Roberson. He'll take a corner 3, seen short, and another rebound from Bayron. So both teams kind of just going through the motions a little bit. Meanwhile, Bayron, ball is deflected, and we're probably gonna have a timeout or a substitution. And it is gonna be a timeout, as the lead is still 20. We'll take another look at that lob from Bayron to Niang. You gotta love the kind of how in sync all these players are with Niang. They just kind of know when he's in the game, all they need to do is throw the ball to the rim, and there's a good chance he'll go up and get it. So you got to appreciate Chad Timberlake's leadership every time out we've seen in the huddle. He's been the one guy talking, looking to inspire his teammates.
Okay, against the stone.
So just over 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It is still a 20-point advantage for Iberostar Tenerife. Here's Niang. And Fribourg happy to just stay in that zone. McFadden, another 3. This time it falls for Thaddeus McFadden. Finally, his first field goal comes on his 5th three-pointer. And that is now 11 three-pointers for this Tenerife team. Here's Timberlake. Goes right at the 2 big men for Tenerife, and Abramitis comes away with his 5th rebound. Basas. Can McFadden make it 2 in a row? Too strong that time. And Tenerife will just reset. And again, they're just getting open looks over and over again. There's Timberlake for 3.
and he knocks it down. Chad Timberlake taking the leadership from the bench to the court that time as he gets his first three-pointer. 7 points on the night for him. Abromaitis looking to respond, and then why not? Tim Abromaitis, 5th three-pointer of the night, 23 points. Don't want to say he's getting lucky, the luck of the Irish, but 9 for 11 from the field is incredibly efficient. Meanwhile, that three-pointer no good, and that was a nice putback from Andre Williamson, who continues to battle as long as he's out there. Meanwhile, in the game for Fribourg, number 12, Thomas Jurkovits, who's Nathan Jurkovics' little brother, in the game for the first time. See him there on the baseline. Meanwhile, Abromaitis, other wing, good pump fake. Over to Lucino, he'll take a three, and he knocks it in again. They're just getting wide open corner threes against this zone, possession after possession. Brusino contributing, and it's another turnover over to Tenerife, and that's going to bring Abromaitis and McFadden out of the game as Steiger and Gillette check back in. So we're gonna have another timeout here with under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Tenerife with a comfortable 24-point lead. They've played a complete game of basketball. 55% from the field, 70 or 69% from two, 42% from three, 100% from the free throw line, 33 rebounds, and a absolutely ridiculous 30 assists on 32 field goals. It's hard to really express how absurd of a stat that is. 30 assists on 32 field goals. The teamwork, the chemistry, the ball movement, the execution, everything on display in this performance from Tenerife. To put it into comparisons, Fribourg with 14 assists on 22 made field goals. Meanwhile, they've shot just 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. Though they have also been perfect from the free throw line. So both teams combining for 21 and 21 from the free throw line. And I'm guessing these baskets at the Santiago Martin Arena are a player favorite. So Basas will run the show for these last few minutes of the fourth quarter. And he gets stripped. So Thomas Jurkovic with a steal and a two-handed dunk. And that's the way to make a positive impression in your first minutes of action. Meanwhile, Steiger now facing the Jurkovic pressure, and he gets poked in the eye. Third team foul against Fribourg. You got to admire the fact that Jurkovic playing to the end. Does get called for the foul there, but he did get the steal in the previous possession. And the tame breakaway jam. Meanwhile, Brusino wide open again. Of course, he hits it again. You give him that much room. And I'm not sure the zone defense is working out for Fribourg when the opposite team is shooting 13 of 30 from three-point line. Meanwhile, Steinman looking to answer his three too strong. Yang comes away with the rebound. Basas, extra pass, it's Steiger for three. Good contest that time from Williamson, who really does hustle as long as he's out there. And it's Yang, thought about the lob, came back down, and dunks it in. We're gonna have another substitution, and Yang stays perfect from the field. 6 for 6 As you see, nobody in the lane. You can only imagine the difference that Babacar Touré would have made. Once again, we can't express enough. Touré came in averaging 17.5 points on 56% shooting and 14 rebounds to go with 4 assists and 1.5 blocks per game. So when you miss that production and also just that size, Touré at 6'9", and a pretty big load, just changes the whole dynamic of this Fribourg team. Meanwhile, Gameday gets a little jump hook to go. And Brusino looking to kind of feed the ball inside, and Gillet gets called for the foul in the backcourt. So you see Justin Roberson and Chad Timberlake. This is nice defensive play from the Swiss Cup champions. Under a minute to go now in the fourth quarter. Tenerife will obviously come away with their third win. Is a phenomenal finish from Steinman, going right at Niang. No foul called. Meanwhile, we see Niang, a nice pass. Gillet, left-handed reverse layup. Once again, the ball movement, very impressive. Gives them another assist. And Gillet now with 9 points. We also see number 14, Mads Bonde Sturup, the Danish young man, 21 years of age, in the game for the first time, as Madi Yamba takes a long three. And it looks like Tenerife. Oh no, another steal here. Steinman, and he gets the lay-in to finish. So Steinman, who probably isn't too happy with the outcome of the game. Meanwhile, his Sturup looking to attack until the final buzzer. Bassas will take the three, no good. And as the buzzer sounds, Tenerife comes away with a 23-point victory over Fribourg Olympique, 91-68. Tenerife moving to 3-0 in this Basketball Champions League season. Meanwhile, Fribourg will move to 1-2. So the players shake hands at half court. It's another dominant performance. All of Tenerife's victories coming by at least 17 points. And it's the case once again here tonight as they win 91-68. Obviously 23-point victory. And as they typically do, showing an appreciation for the fans who've come out here tonight. Once again, another dominant performance. Tenerife, 91-68 over Fribourg Olympique. So we'll take a look at the stats here shortly, followed by the end game highlights. And Tenerife would just torrid shooting throughout the game. 71% from 2, 41% from 3. 33 assists is a ridiculous number. We'll check the record book to see where that kind of ends up. Also dominated the glass. See there, 12 offensive rebounds. Meanwhile, they were led in scoring by Tim Abramidis, but also got some very strong productions from a number of players, including Mamadou Niang and Nicolas Brusino, who are both joining Tim Abramidis in double figures. Meanwhile, we're taking a look at the stats there. For Fribourg, they were relying heavily on Andre Williamson with no Babacar Touré in the lineup, and he led the way for them in double digits. Didn't get too much help, though Steinman and Gameday also ended up with 10+ points. So we'll see the highlights of this game. Thank you once again for watching. We'll be back
tomorrow for more Basketball Champions League action in Group B and the rest of the groups. Thanks again. Good night.